last left our heroes, you had all gone through trying to figure out what has happened to the missing speeder. You weren't able to find out too much at the estate other than the dogs were not alerted. Pretty intensively trained dogs. They didn't alert any of the staff. It looks like someone did rummage through the house, but nothing was taken. The locks were broken for the garage, and only the speedster was taken. Several of the Aristocats, I'm going to keep calling them that, and they all except for this one guy are all tabaxi now. Many of them are out of the country, and of their children, as well as his own children, are currently stationed at the military academy down in the southern side of town. Kitasha was able to figure out, through her very well done insight, that this is not the first time a speedster has been stolen, and the previous 2 times this has happened, they have ended up as a wreck, found within a couple days of it being stolen. So you all tried to follow the tracks that I believe Mako noticed. It was either Mako or Joe. I'm struggling to remember at the moment. But you kind of lost it after a little ways and were just going at a very slow pace down the streets toward the south side of the city, towards the military academy. You've been passing a little bit more of kind of a red light district sort of situation when all of a sudden you hear outside of your vehicle, "Is that Snowball?"
Mako's going to immediately spin around just to see who's calling out.
Alrighty, so 2 Herringon are going to be approaching the car. With them approaching the car, your Thrycreen is going to just stop the vehicle because.
All right, I'm gonna lean out the window and shout, "Lola, Jessica, is that you guys?"
Yeah, this is Jessica talking. Jessica is a very bright ruby red Herringon. Both of them are adorned with quite a bit of like silken fabric dresses, with pretty tight-laced exterior corsets. And they both are kind of leaning up against the car, so excited to see their good friend Snowball.
Have purple gloves.
Hmm?
She may have purple gloves. Yeah, some nice. Honestly, let's give it. Both of them have long purple gloves that go up almost to their shoulders.
Okay, I'm just assuming this is Anna, not Kitasha, but I'm assuming they're done after Lola Bunny and Jessica Rabbit. I'm assuming gloves and basketball.
So I that entirely naming up to David there. So that's up to David to actually give some descriptions of these 2 characters, other than.
I didn't have any particular looks in mind. I was more just. I said Jessica and Lola just to kind of just to be part of the meme. Oh no. But yeah, honestly, like that might honestly be their aesthetic. So, just have Lola in like a having like one of those what is it called when you like cut the armpits down to the waist kind of thing?
Or white.
The like wife beater with it cut down.
No, like the jerseys, like the sleeveless jerseys that have it cut down.
Yeah, just called sport. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Lola's like has her whole outfit, and then like has that on top, and then Jessica's honestly, it might just be the Jessica Rabbit dress.
Add a corset to it just on top of that for some good measure, and it's perfect.
Jessica.
She doesn't necessarily need it. She just wanted it there too. This is my world corset still existing.
I think something that the two of you might notice is that Mako's entire posture changes when she starts when she's talking to these two other Harangon. Legitimately, like all of the formal military like straight back kind of vibe kind of goes quite a bit away. Yeah.
I think I'll look. Oh, sorry, can I go?
Go ahead.
Joe will just give Kitasha a bit of like a side eye, like kind of what's going on.
Yeah, Kitasha's gonna look over at Joe for like half a second, and then look back to kind of like appraise what's happening. Mainly just appraising like how Mako is walking, how the other how Jessica and Lola are interacting, and just see like what kind of caliber of worker they are.
David could explore this with you and give it an example. I will go ahead and you can tune into their conversation. This is still Jessica. We're gonna keep with Jessica talking for a little bit. It's been so long! How are you doing? I've not seen you in ages. I heard that you're retired now. Why didn't you come back?
I retirement's not been great for me, and I don't know. I just
Oh, sugar bun.
I don't know if I don't know if I can be in that game anymore. I don't know.
Not be in the game. You were top of the group. You were on fire the whole time. I'm sure you're still fit. I can see you there.
I guess I just got caught up with civilian life. I do miss it though. I do miss it.
You gotta come visit more often. Though I hope you know, we have kept up with teaching any newbies, all of those, special moves from you in case anyone gets a bit too handsy.
Oh, I'm so glad you're keeping them safe. Actually, hey, tell me what, I actually, I joined up with the guild recently. I got so bored of civilian life. I had to do something. We're on a bit of a mission right now. I think you might be able to give us a bit of a hand. Like, I think you might have an ear to the ground where we're looking for.
A mission. Look at you getting back into work. Ugh. You could never sit still for too long, could you?
No, I don't think I could. No, I really don't.
What you after, sweetie?
So, there's been a couple of a couple of speedsters that have been stolen recently, and we're currently on contract to track down the most recent one. I heard something about they ended up near the academy. I don't know if y'all have been hearing anything about that.
I'm gonna come up with a voice for Lola here. Yeah, I think I've never checked if any of them were stolen, but I do know that every once in a while they like to hold a bunch of drag races real late at night out that way.
Really?
And it's become a big thing. It's so fun to watch. There's a bunch of these young guys that go out, and gals. Is very nice to watch. They go racing through probably I don't know. It's almost morning by the time they're actually going. I think they wait out.
How they managed to get away with that? Like back when I was in the academy, there's absolutely no way the magister would let that slip.
Oh, honey, the magistrate ain't what it used to be.
Oh
They're
no!
getting lazy.
Oh no!
But
Are they slipping?
yeah, they're slipping pretty bad. They're I mean, no one's been able to catch these kids. I know at least some of them are from the academy, but yeah, they're racing through. I know for a fact several of those speedsters has hit a couple curves, and usually they ditch them. There's been a couple of injuries, but not too much. But yeah, no, you should definitely. I mean, it's probably a good place to check. I think I heard through the grapevine that there should be one tonight.
Oh, really? That's perfect timing,
But
honestly.
it's gonna be pretty late, so I would say, ooh, middle of the night if you want to go out. So, you know where the academy is? You're gonna go a little bit further east, and then you know those alleyways where like it's right behind a bunch of those restaurants where they put out their barrels and such. They usually do the speedster races right there.
Mm.
Pretty late. They usually wait in between when the switching of the patrols are from the military. I don't know how the military hasn't caught them yet. It is the funniest thing to watch, though.
I'm putting my money down that some of them are in on it at this point. There's no way that they're that lax.
Yeah, but even if your stolen speedster ain't there, I definitely recommend either going and watching, or
Oh, yeah.
I bet you could ride one of those speedsters great. You would probably win so much. They usually do some betting on there. You should get in on it.
I'm not sure that's my scene anymore. It's been a while. It's been a while since my academy days. I'm not sure. Not sure that that's. I'm not sure that's my scene anymore.
Yeah. Where are my manners? I'm so sorry. You haven't introduced us to your friend here.
Oh, that's right. Mako will lean back and gesture and like, "This is Katasha and this is Joe. They are my our little team that we're building with the with the guild. They started on the same day as I did. They managed to make the way through the application trial process."
Okay, Jessica's gonna reach a hand in like this into the car to you two and go, "It is such a pleasure to meet some of Snowball's friends. Oh, you two just look so adorable."
I see if I know people from my past, if we may have crossed paths.
It's possible. I will say from you've at least you know of these two bunnies.
Mm-hmm.
They tend to work more towards the this is usually a tabaxi tend to frequent this club more than anyone else. But you've definitely heard that these two are pretty famous dancers in their little neck of the woods. You might have scouted them out once in a while, just seen how they do.
Okay.
But it's always nice to meet. I'll take the hand, and awkwardly shake it instead of kissing it, presumably, and say it's always nice to meet some of Snowball's friends.
She's gonna just laugh because it's so obvious how awkward you are.
Yeah, you know, Snowball saved both myself and Katasha's life only yesterday, or already saving lives.
Oh, honey, that's not shocking at all. Oh, sweet old Snowball used to take on. Let me tell you, there was one time this big old lion man came up, and he decided he was going to mess with Coco, and he was not going to let her go. And Mako just put that man flat on his rump, and let me tell you, I had never seen that man again. He did leave with at least a broken arm.
You see,
Definitely a broken snoot.
the secret is, you didn't see him again because I pulled some strings and got him fucking booked.
Oh, we all know that you can do that, Snowball.
Well, it's always nice to meet you in the flesh, Jessica. I think I saw your show on the west side out there. You did that little, you did dance to that little number, the doodle-doo-doo, ba-doo, like,
That was scouting a little while back, yeah?
yes, back when I was my
When?
old event, but it
I've not heard much.
no, business isn't as good on the west side as it is over here, so.
Well, if anything opens up, building wise or anything for you, I'll let you know. I know where to find you now.
Perfect. It's
You just keep in contact with me. She's gonna take out of her corset a little card with a number on it, and she's like, "You just come find me anytime. We can talk and chat."
of course, and Katasha will take it with both hands and put it like in her wallet in a very specific pocket, other card, and fold it up and put it away.
All right, girls, we have got to get on this because like we gotta make sure we're able to find this dragster in time. But I have got to meet up with you guys again. Uh, you know, tell you what, probably after I get this all sorted up, we should totally have a day out.
Oh, girl, that's perfect. Let's plan on it. A couple days from now. I'll keep in contact. We'll get this set up. We'll go out, get some nice shopping done, and get ourselves pampered a bit. Yeah.
Oh, that I can't wait.
All right then. I'll let you go. We'll see you later. Toodles.
Bye, girls.
And they
Bye.
saunter away,
Yeah.
and your Sky Queen just kind of turns back, looks.
Mako, as soon as the window is rolled up, like shift, like like straightens her posture again, and goes back to how she was before.
It seemed nice.
They are, they are they're good people.
It's good to know that your reputation precedes you as someone you've been helping people for a long time.
I look out for my own.
But when you say your posture kind of goes back, are you sort of talking to like the very rigid sort of military sort of?
Yeah,
Okay.
right back to that. And I'll say, just to be clear, I don't go by Snowball anymore.
Okay, so that's not a nickname you'd want us to start using.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay. I was trying to be careful in case they didn't know your name was Mako or Mako.
I'll be honest. At this point, I don't like it. It was so long ago. I don't remember.
That's all right.
Hey Anna,
Cool.
Is.
can you give me? Let's see. What check do I want you to make?
So many.
I want you to make a. You know what? We're just gonna say an insight check for this.
You know what? It's not terrible. It's a 13.
You vaguely remember a dancer that you saw at the same time as Jessica, who was a bright white bunny who was the star of the show. And you're starting to put two and two together on who Mako is.
Mhm.
But it's been years since.
Either way, they're very helpful in potentially giving us a lead. We could aim it, as far as I remember from earlier. Our client said that this wasn't the first time the car had gone missing. Correct?
I don't think this particular speedster was the first time I had gone missing, but other speedsters have gone missing and ended up in wrecks. So
Right. So hence, perhaps this is a relatively common occurrence if this has been going on a while. So I think this is the right place to be.
yeah, like honestly, this is the strongest lead that I could hope for.
Sounds good.
The half, he was a halfling, right? He wasn't gnome, or was he?
He was
gnome?
halfling.
Halfling. Did the half lord say whether or not he had kids?
He had
Yes,
the
if you
son in the academy.
If you recall, he has two sons, one who is almost the spitting image of him, and one who you believe to be an adopted Akokra son. You saw their photos up on the wall, but you did not ask for their names.
No, I was too busy with dogs.
It's true.
They could be a suspect. The dogs would definitely have trusted them and not alerted if they were doing something.
Well, if the races are nearby, I guess we'll find out if it is one of the sons or one of the servants who may help the dogs, or if it's another dog driving the speedster, which is why there's so many
Michaela didn't expect us to figure out the riddle that quickly.
troubles. Thought as to whether or not you need thumbs to drive.
That's why they're wrecking.
That's why the house is so wrecked, because the dog was trying to go through all the drawers, and it's very difficult for a dog to go through a set of drawers.
Doing his best.
He's doing all like stick shift. He has no thumbs to stabilize the knob. All the gear.
To encourage all the dog, I'm assuming they're all dog drivers now, and then to encourage them to get set and go, the person who like does the starting flag has to throw a massive frisbee as far as they possibly can, so the cars won't race off.
Really, it's a squirrel toy that is.
Oh, perfect.
They can actually.
No, it's someone with a treat and going, wait, and they've got like a megaphone and they've just gone super far away.
And spoilers on the cars start wagging.
Amazing.
Oh.
Right, so now we figured it out.
The next generation of dog racing is all about. It's no longer about superior breeding. It's now about superior building. Dogs
no.
and cars.
So either all they find have to build their own gummy to like drive, or they're all like the car anime girls that like transform into cars.
Oh no!
Okay, Anna.
This is like no, like it's gonna be like the brand new game that the revolution in the racing scene, Car 9 Racing.
Anna, that just reminded me of the new sports anime that we found out about at Kumo. The horse girl races.
They're girls, the horses, who are running races.
They run derby races, but there's also humans and the horse girl.
It's blur.
It's beautiful.
It's so blurst.
Okay, now on this lovely image of a bunch of cane corsos trying desperately to drive motorcycles. You arrive at the academy. It is a pristine white building. As you can think of it like, oh yeah, that's enough. That's enough columns. That is enough columns. You don't need that many columns.
It's
Tell me
enough.
sounds quite good.
There's some gold trimming in there. Very pristine. It's got a big fountain out front. You can tell of all the city, the areas that have the most money in it are going to be that wealthy side up north and then just this section of the south.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm
get up to
decided.
the... Oops.
Sorry, I haven't decided if this place is actually fancy or just a bit tacky. I'm still working on it. We'll find out.
Could ask Mako.
It's fancy for a group of old men who were in their prime, 10 decades ago.
As you approach the gates into this area, your Thrycreen gets stopped at the door, the gateway into it, and then one of the guards of the military academy come up, look in, and then spots Mako. It does a double take.
Hey, Steve.
Not fancy.
Hi! Why are you here?
I know. I'm just being an alumni. No, I got a job. I'm
You
working with the guild now.
Guild work, really?
Hey, it's better than civilian life, and I don't think they're gonna let me re-enlist.
I mean, fair, the whole thing is gargoyle and such. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I don't care about protocols today. I've had these people right in my ass all morning, and I'm sick of it. You guys can go in. I don't care anymore. You have a good time, Mako, but be easy on the youngsters. And some of your teachers. They're still here.
I'll try. No guarantees.
He'll do a wave to the gatemen, and they'll open the door slowly. You will be...
Out her glow and start blowing a vaguely military brass tune with window in some way.
Are you aware of the face in Soul Eater that is always given to Excalibur? What is his name? Oh no. I'm gonna call him Excalibur for now, but the little white man.
Yeah, it's Excalibur.
Yes. Hold on, let me just... I will post in the chat the face that every guard is making as you drive by. It just... Doo-doo-doo. But it does a link to it, so there you go.
That's an HTM file. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
What have I
It just loses.
this one.
Maybe will return to it too. Like, I am legitimately surprised that Steve still works here.
Mako,
Yeah.
you know everybody. I know
I
we've
don't.
met 3 people today, but specifically, you know those 3 people. That's awesome.
We're in the district where I spent a good 8 years of my life. I spent a lot of the time at the academy. I made friends and made connections. I if we were on the north side right now, I wouldn't know anybody.
Okay. Even so, your
Don't worry,
reputation
everyone gets some.
your reputation seems to precede you. It's good.
You don't get very far being under the radar. No, you have to have some clout in order to do much of anything.
Well, either way, it's helped us get through the gate there. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Happy to help.
Should we buddy editing Dave and make you actually edit in like a full-on trumpet thing?
Mr. Hornsby
No,
playing
what I'm
the.
gonna do is
The morning light
I'm,
and just
I'm gonna edit in some like bad kazoo is what I'm gonna do.
bar. It's more brassy than a kazoo. Okay.
She's
Like-
gonna Jeep in it.
Awkward child with maybe a ukulele. It's very
All right, your
Alright.
Thri-Kreen is going to park up at the front gates, and you may hop out and investigate as you'd like.
Alright.
she's the last one out, and she'll blow a really long note as she exits, and then punctuate it with the slant with the shutting of the back door.
You're getting very good at that.
Every child from age 14 to 16 turns and is kind of like, goes back about their business.
In some way, it's fortunate that I don't know any of these kids.
Mako's secondhand embarrassment going on.
I know our main mission is to find this car, but I think our new main mission is to not get insulted by 14-year-olds, because that is the worst. If the 14-year-olds find some ammunition, it's over for us.
And insulted by a 6-year-old. That's brutal.
Hair, about 3 14-year-old girls walk past you guys, and they look Joe up and down and just and keep walking.
Not even like your hair. Just walk.
You hear briefly, my hair, my shoes, and they keep walking. You kind of think to yourself, children are in a military school. What's wrong with you?
Kitasha Shashlinspeg would do so much better.
So I'm really under the suspicion that that someone in the insecurity who is in on it, because there's no way that they'd be lax enough not to notice repeated drag racing. So my first instinct is to go check out the security office and figure out who's on patrol that night, or on patrol tonight, I guess. Other
Anyone
than
else
that,
on the chat?
other than that, we could go and locate the that halfling kid and his Erica brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
They might be able to tell us something.
All right. Yeah, I can go try and find that halfling kid. If we're splitting the party, that is.
You're just like I was offering what we can be doing right now.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I might go for that. If you're going to speak to security, just before I split off, then to try and find this the guy's our client's son, I'll say to Kitasha, like slightly quietly, are my shoes really that bad? Or my hair?
I've kind of given up on what kids think is cool. I mean, I'm technically 16, but I also have like us orcs age really fast, so I'm closer to like 30. So I don't know. They look fine.
All right, I'll take 5.
All right, who wants to do their... Kitasha, are you going with Joe or are you going with Mako?
I think I want to make your life extremely difficult, and I want to go on my own.
Okay, where would Kitasha like to go?
Tasha may follow Mako for a little bit if Mako's going to talk to security. But she'll probably veer off once they're close enough to like if there's any guard dogs or any other sort of like training ground specifically for teenagers. And we'll just kind of
Hello?
try to like nonchalant.
Okay, sorry, my entire internet went out. Can we start from where does Kitasha want to go?
Kitasha's gonna start to follow Mako,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll veer off if there's a like a kennel nearby for the animals, or if there's like a training ground for the kids, and we'll just kind of like do a nonchalant walk to kind of like suss out any like insight from the kids, or do like animal handling with the animals just to see if they are a little sus for the kids, or if the animals prefer anyone in particular to the point where they will not raise alarms.
Okay.
You can tell me no. That is an option.
I just wasn't prepared at all for this to be an option.
My character has 8 intelligence. Okay.
It sounds to me like we've gone beyond your plan a couple times so far this session.
Yeah, Natasha has big goldfish energy. So
I love her. I love her with all of my heart right now. It's great. Okay. Well, there is definitely there is a couple different there's a horse's area as well as a dog's area and a it's another good animal for this. There's a small to medium reptiles enclosure as well. And you see a couple of the kids going in and out of these areas. Most of the ones coming out of the reptile enclosure.
Is this a zoo?
Seem a bit miffed each time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If we are centering on a scene with Katasha, I would like to go inside the reptile enclosure and see what is shack-a-lackin' and stuff.
Alrighty. Would you like to do a perception check for me? Let's get some rolls.
Perception. So 19 plus 3 for 22, but since I have that thing, I'm going to add an extra d4. That's an extra 1, so 23.
Okay. You can tell right away walking into this enclosure, none of these kids know what they're doing with these reptiles. So you've got a lot of medium to small lizards that kind of like familiars sort of situation. You also have a couple of small dinosaur, like, think Consonasis and Velociraptor, but very young.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that this is a kind of a pen for choosing like this can be your companion to raise with you and, bring into combat with you.
Mm-hmm.
But you're watching a lot of these kids and they have no idea what they're doing and they're getting nipped at the whole time. They keep grabbing onto tails, they keep, plucking at feathers on some of the velociraptors. It's not a fun time for any of these animals, and every single reptile creature in this little area is just pissed.
Okay. In that case, I would like to do an animal handling to at least calm them down.
Okay, would you like to, because there's quite a few animals in here, would you like to start with a specific area?
Probably the ones that are being handled the most. I'm assuming all the kids are going for the more dangerous looking, larger reptiles, the ones that look the coolest. So,
Yeah, so I'll say the one that seems to be getting the most attention is a medium size, kind of a Utah raptor looking thing, but it's quite young. It's got both scales and feathers. It's got kind of this really pretty crest of blue and red feathers going up.
mm-hmm.
And she is just done with it. There's a couple kids kind of messing with her feathers that she keeps snapping lightly at, but there's also, you can tell, there's some restraints on these animals, and she's very clearly uncomfortable. So go ahead and roll some animal handling and tell me what you do.
All right. Is she a carnivore or omni?
Yes. Carnivore.
Okay. Is any extra fish skin that I saved from breakfast?
Yep.
Ooh. All right. Nat 19 for 22.
All right. What do you do to calm this raptor down very successfully?
I used the lure method. Where I have the kind of like how you do with larger dogs, you have a treat kind of like loosely held in your hand so that they have to use their nose to gently move your hand open to get the treat. So as I have that, I'm also moving their head and luring it away from the kids so that they don't have to like keep them in line with their sight.
Okay. It follows you completely. It's pretty happy that you're not pulling on it. You're giving it a nice treat. It's a very young raptor. So it honestly, it gets a treat from you, and it looks at you, and it's gonna knock its head into your stomach and kind of plant you on the ground and just lay its head on your lap. And we, from this point, will switch to one of the other two, and we will come back to Kitasha soon. Who would like to go next?
Do you want to go for it, David?
Oh, I'm happy to hold off if you want to go.
All right. Yeah, I can get looking for the kid.
How are you finding these kids?
Remind me from the last session, did we actually get a name for the son?
No,
We did not.
neither of them.
Fantastic. Okay.
Written in the journal section of the chat on Discord does have the surname of the family. If you'd like to go grab that.
The Yorkles.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I think I'll just walk up to random teenagers and say, "Excuse me, do you know where Master Yorkle is?" I'll just do the most direct, straightforward approach.
Roll an investigation.
Ooh, that's one of the things I can do sometimes. Unless I roll a 2, in which case I rolled an 8. Total.
Which one?
There's more than one Yorkle.
You're looking for the Yorkles and you don't even know who you're looking for?
Yes.
Okay. Who are you and how did you get in here?
I'm with the guild, and I try and sort of be a bit proud of that. I'm with the
Guild
guild.
members are trash. And
Oh.
this kid's gonna walk away from you.
Okay. Well,
Would you like to try again?
I'll try a less rude teenager.
Good luck finding one.
Okay, my opening line this time will be, "I'm looking for Master Yorkle the Halfling."
Okay.
Just a random person.
Just another teen again?
Yeah. Slightly less catty one if I can find a less catty
Okay. Give me another investigation roll.
Let's
Surely it can't be lower than a 2. Oh, it's a 20, not 20 for a total of 26. Okay.
Okay, give me a moment. Hold on. You just... Because I realized I never wrote down his name. Give me one moment. Merzen? Yeah, Merzen should just be in his dorm room. Yeah. East Wing? Yeah, both him and Yarster are usually there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your help.
Me going to write down these two names I chose. Do you try to locate where the East Wing is?
I think that level of that's something that Joe would just find easy. I think.
You're not gonna. You've never been in this academy unless you've decided you have some form of military background.
I haven't decided that, but I think I can tell my east from my west. I can make an educated guess. I'll just look at whatever part of the
Give
building
me
is
a
most.
survival roll here.
You fool, this isn't
Okay.
actual East and West, this is military tradition East and West.
Oh no! Oh, that's a 10.
So you go wandering off in the direction. Yeah, you're pretty sure that's east. And you're walking through, looking around. You eventually find the building. It takes you a good 20 minutes because there's like 5 separate buildings connected through this vast courtyard you had to walk through heading east. This area is a lot bigger than you realized when you drove in. You weren't really paying all that much attention. You were too busy listening to, the beautiful, like, trumpeting noises that Katasha was making and thinking about those rabbits you saw earlier. Lola and Jesse, you think?
All right,
And
so
you eventually wander that way.
slow but sure.
Yep. What do you do now? You have found the East Wing.
I'll use the confidence I've built up from talking to a less catty team. Maybe I should talk to some just some of the nerd teens. I'm sure there's some nerd teens in a military school as well. They're always friendly. And yeah, I think I'm realizing now that going into a bunch of teenagers' dorm rooms is a bit of a strange thing for a grown man to do. So I think Joe's in a genuinely not sure what to do state. It's later. Is that right? What time of day?
You guys are at about midday.
Oh, okay. It's not too late. Um, Maybe I'll find a teacher. Yeah, maybe I'll find a teacher.
Let me grab my list here. There is a lizard folk. A very bright blue lizard folk. Who is currently sitting at a desk near the front of the Eastern Wings, going through and writing out a couple things in his journal. Very clearly, very busy looking man.
Oh dear.
But definitely older than all of the kids you've seen, you think. You're not quite sure with lizard folk.
Excuse me,
Joe's
sir.
not quite sure with anyone. Huh? I'll look it up at you with his steely blue eyes and his monocle.
Oh, let's go. Excuse me. I'm hoping to find Master Yorkle, the halfling, and I believe he's in the swing. His father sent me.
Okay. I'm sorry, Elliot, but you had to realize how weird it is to have a random grown man going into
Oh,
a
yeah.
teenager's dorm. You gotta roll some pretty good persuasion here,
This is not me, Elliot, thinking this is a good idea. This is Joe just thinking, yeah, this is probably fine.
Yeah.
All
Alright,
right,
let's
I'm
see
gonna
some persuasion, Joe.
persuasion. That's a 2 for a total of 1.
You see a look flash across this man's eyes, and you're like, this guy's gonna help me out. So nice. And then there's a really loud dinging sound you start hearing. And we'll
must
cut
be the school bell.
to Mako.
All right. Yeah, so Mako's making her way over to the security station. I think like she probably like has some interactions with some faculty, but I think by this point all of the students that she knew would have moved on by now. I don't know, unless there's any super duper seniors.
You see near the entrance of the security a fire genasi woman who is standing there going over some paperwork, and she looks up. She's older, and you recognize her as she had been probably, if we're going off of US school terms for this, she was probably a junior when you first started.
Okay.
Kyako. Surprised to see you here.
I could say the same thing. I could say the same thing to you, Hera.
Hera will push back her shortened hair, whatever is left of it, with her military cut she's got going on. What do I have the pleasure of seeing you today? She's gonna look a bit back, folding through some of her. What you'd realize at this point is some reports that someone's given her.
Well, as it turns out, you might be able to assist me. I'm currently investigating a couple of Grand Theft Auto cases. Specifically, the one I'm looking into right now is a stolen dragster that lines up with a couple that have been crashed in some racing done near the academy. And I was curious if you might be able to let me know who's on the rotor for uh, was it the east side or of the academy where the race was happening? I don't remember.
Yes, I think that's what I said earlier.
Yeah. If you could maybe help me out, letting me know who's on the rotor for the midnight uh, shift for the east side tonight.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check, and you have advantage because you got pretty high ranking.
All right, persuasion. That's
Military.
a flat 0 for me. All right, let's see. With advantage, what is that going to get me?
Look at all these people without charisma.
Hey, that's an 18.
Woo! Look at you. Hold on, let me. That roll came by faster than I actually
Me and
expected
my
it
flat
to.
10 charisma.
Woo! Alright. Hera's gonna. She looks at her paperwork. She goes, "You know what, kid? I actually quite liked you when you were going here. I'll help you out. Okay, so who you're gonna want to talk to? He's in the break room right now. It's, oh, what is his name again? He's newer than you. He came in quite a bit after you did.
Okay.
What was his name? Jeffrey.
All
Jeffrey,
right.
he's a turtle. He's yeah, he should just be in the break room. He's got the the midnight to 3 a.m. shift. And hey, between you and me, if this guy's getting into trouble and not catching this stuff, I have been trying to get him pinned for some of this stuff anyway because I keep having to pick up the slack. You let me know, and
Oh,
I will owe you one."
I'll see what I can do.
She nods and waves you along. She's like, "You know the way to the break room."
Yeah. So I'll head over to the break room, poke my head in, see if there's turtle in there.
He's there. He's currently munching on imagine the most cartoony Subway sandwich you can imagine. He's that one. He's just
Out of curiosity, what kind of turtle is he? Is he like a box turtle? Is he a snapping turtle? What's the vibe?
I haven't decided his yet, but let me just go through and look at some of them real quick. Here, oh, that's perfect. He's an Indian star tortoise.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So lots of his shell comes out very spiky with a lot of very intricate little circles and lines going throughout it. His skin is pretty gray, but he's young looking for a turtle. Pretty young looking for a turtle. That is the most spry looking turtle you've ever seen.
Mika's just gonna walk into the break room. Hey, Jeffrey, right?
Mid bite.
I hate to interrupt your lunch here, but my name's Mako. Alumnus of the academy. I had a couple.
Oh, I know you.
Oh, you do?
I heard about you. You were a couple areas ahead of me, but I remember when you were here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How you been?
Oh, I've been good. I I did some work, got retired. Now I'm trying to get back in the game. But tell me, you cover the midnight to 3 shift, right?
Late night shift, huh? Yeah,
I,
that's
I,
fine.
I, I don't know if any of that came through.
Oh no, is mine cutting out now?
It cut out a bit, yeah.
Okay, let me read. Yeah, that's mine. It's a late night shift, but that's the one I cover on the east side.
Tell me, what do you know about drag racing? I don't know. I have some friends, and we're looking for some investment opportunities.
Hey, Mako, give me a deception check.
This is risky. I'm fully aware.
Awkward.
Can Mako do this? Oh, that's not a hold up. I accidentally rolled advantage. I mean,
It's okay. You can have advantage. He
Oh.
knows who you are, so.
Okay, then that's only a 12 then. That's above average.
That depends. What's my cut?
I know, like, we can work out the little minute details. You'll get your standard. You know, like this is just business, right?
True. If I give you the deets, who's your racer? You got a racer, right?
You know, I'm trying to say if I should commit to this. You're looking at them.
Oh, you should have just told me that. I'd bid on you, Mako. Alright. Yeah. So, what you want to do? Do you have a bike already, or you need one?
I can acquire one if need be, but if you have a stock model that's more preferable.
Okay. I got a stock. I usually keep it back behind the races. I move it before my shift. You can take that bike 70-30 on winnings.
All right, you drive a hard
But
bargain.
you're starting. If you do really good, we'll change that up a bit. Oh, yeah, I'm not usually there. I got a couple guys that sit out for it. You race, you win, and you keep winning. We'll fix that up. There's some spry young kids that come in with their daddies, golden bike and such. A couple of them that come in, but I bet you could beat them.
Yeah, I mean they're all bling, no gas.
You know it. Yeah. All right. So, and he's gonna pull out a map and he's gonna show you. And this is the exact starting spot. So you get there at 2 a.m. That's when they start prepping. And as he's saying that, you then hear, and you know this to be a security alert, and you look and see that it is chiming in through a bell system from the East Wing.
Just gonna like look at Jeffrey quizzically like, what do you think that's about?
And we will cut back to our lovely Kitasha, who currently has a velociraptor who's just nuzzling into her lap. Oh no, my headphones just died. Hold on. Let me just.
No, this is fine. Everything is fine. Don't you worry about it. Okay, how's my audio coming through?
You're a little underwater.
Chota my bed. Let me just. Is that a bit better?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just
Yeah.
go for that for the moment. Oh. This is fine. Technical difficulties. This is fine. Balancing my phone on my mic. All right. Is there anything you would like to do with your new friend, Kitasha?
If there's anyone else, Kitasha's going to continue to nuzzle and just kind of like cuddle with the raptor. And if there's any kids that are like looking on, she's going to kind of like explain what areas they like to be touched and how to be mindful of our friends and touch them in ways that they appreciate if they give consent.
Consent is king, yes. Let's see. What is a good instructing role for you?
Like dice roll?
Feel like
Yeah.
performance.
Yeah, performance would probably be best.
You know what? It could be worse. 14.
These kids they're understanding. That you can tell that there's really not been a lot of time spent with these animals. And a lot of these kids are really new to it. You can tell they a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them come from like rich families that the only animals they've interacted with have been like guard dogs and guard raptors and guard this, that, the other thing. But they take to figuring it out, and you can see a couple of them start to interact with the other reptiles in similar ways and seeing that it's improving. And there's a staff member walking by, and they look in and they go, oh. And it is a, go with, who do I decide to bring in here? It's an elf. Always an elf. The elf walks in. It seems like you've done a pretty good job in instructing these children on interacting with the reptiles.
Well, you know, someone had to. These little guys need all the love they can get. And even it seems like a slight, Kitasha has too much himbo energy for it to accurately portray as a slight.
It's okay. These people also have a himbo energy.
Big himbos.
Yes, it is quite true. I'm not. I'm better at handling animals than children. So while I'm very good with our reptiles and dogs and such, I haven't had as much time to work with, with the children on it. It can be quite difficult.
I mean, they're the same thing. They all have most of them have the same color blood that goes through their veins, and yeah, you just have to use words sometimes. It's okay though.
Yes, I prefer the subtleties of animals to most speaking varieties. You are quite nice. I enjoy having you here. Are you here just on a visitation, or are you here looking for a job, or?
I am. I don't think I have enough bandwidth for a job, though I appreciate it. I am actually here with others from the guild to investigate some non-animal related things. How do you feel about like bikes? And I'd like to site check.
You want to do a check?
I'll see if all the staff is in on it. Yeah.
Sure. Give me an insight.
10.
This elf has bikes.
Oh, we
Like
heard,
just a regular speedster. I mean,
yeah, we heard a rumor that there was some like speedster racing. So
goodness, that's not safe. Think of if. Well, where is this happening? What if they hit some poor rat?
I don't know. I don't know where it's happening. I think we're still gathering intel. I think that's what's happening. I'm just here. I'm just here with my buddy Purple because, red and blue make purple, and you got the red and blue, don't you, buddy? And like goes for like the T, like right in between the eyebrows.
There's a big raptor smile just aimed up at you. Oh, she seems to quite like you.
They lick their
Oh.
eyes. They have eyelids, so like gecko eyeball lick happening.
Oh yeah, you know it. Well, I appreciate if you would definitely, keep us informed if you find anything out. I would hate for any of the children or anybody to get injured during this. If you could put a stop to it, that would be greatly appreciated. And please do come by anytime, it seems like, our sweet Purple here seems to really like you.
Oh, I'll try and come over as much as I can. And Kitashi's gonna like look past the teacher. I would like to do another insight check or perception. See if any of the teenagers are really rattled about there now being adults looking into the speedster fight or racing.
Give me a perception check.
Perception. 19.
There are 2 kenkus who stiffened and quickly left the reptile enclosure. And a couple of children you could see murmuring amongst themselves and kind of looking at you and looking back and forth. And there's a few in there that kind of exchange guilty looks. But there were 2 kenku who immediately just were like, nope, out.
Okay. Kitasha's gonna wave over one of the guilty looking ones.
Mm-hmm.
Invite them into the pen to kind of like interact with the raptor. And is also going to do a little bit of gentle interrogating to see what extra info they can get.
All right. It is a young tiefling girl with bright red skin and horns, and she's got long, dark black hair. And she's not making eye contact with you, but she's come down and lightly petting the flank of the raptor.
Mm-hmm. Animals often won't look at people when they're guilty of something.
So?
Tell me. I'll roll intimidation now. That's a nat 18 for 21.
This poor tiefling girl just immediately starts bawling.
That's a threat.
She is just crying now, uncontrollably. Just
There's enough room for you and the raptor. Come on. And we'll just kind of slowly pat her back. Oh, you're I know you're effect, but it's not. It's getting.
It's not coming through. It's okay.
Yeah, you're really I think you're really peeking your mic. Is what's going on?
Yeah, it's all good. You hear in the sobs, that She doesn't really know much about what's going on, but she does know that there's some people here who go out and they borrow their parents' speedsters, or they have their own that they were given, and they like to go out once a month and race. But she doesn't know anything else. She's just they told her that they would beat her up if she said anything to anyone about it, because she had overheard at one point, and she didn't want to get in trouble, and she didn't want anyone else to get in trouble. She's just a blubbering mess now.
It's okay. You're not telling anybody. You're just talking to Little Purple here, aren't you?
Pat, pat, pat. Yes, as this happens, suddenly you see there's a little section of bells that are in the corner, and you hear one start dinging. Everyone looks at it, and the one teacher looks at it and goes, "Huh, the East Wind. I wonder what the issue is."
Okay. Well,
Well,
you know what? What's your name?
My name is Maisie.
Okay, Maisie. Why don't you sit here and curl up with Purple? There we go. And I'm gonna slowly shimmy out and adjust Maisie into the same position. There you go. Now I'm gonna go and check that out, okay? But you're in good hands. Purple's just a big old sweetheart.
The elf waves at you as you walk away, just very happy that you were there. Completely clueless as to why this poor tiefling girl burst into tears. Didn't understand at all.
No, the animals she just connected with the animals. There's nothing to see here.
Exactly.
There's no Warren Bossing say.
And we'll cut back to Joe, who is currently standing there with this blue lizard folk who has now stood up to his full height at the desk. What do you mean you are here looking for Master Yorkul?
I was sent by his father to talk to him.
Do you have any proof of this?
I've got proof that I work for the guild, and I've
That's
got the.
not proof of anything.
Okay. Would I have a copy of the mission brief, like the actual paper?
You would.
Okay, yeah, I can show him this and say, I've just come from speaking with his father, and he asked me to come down here and speak to him. This is a loud alarm. I don't know if you can turn that off. That's it's very annoying.
Quite. He snatches the paper from you, looks at it. This is clearly a forgery. We must look into this. You are going to stay right here where I can see you until our security gets in and we get some clear answers out of this.
Okay. It's not a forgery, though.
You can claim as such. Trying to sneak into the young lord's quarters, how dare you?
I wasn't sneaking, though.
Please come in with, "Oh, the young master's father has asked me to come here." Please. That's the oldest trick in the book. You think we wouldn't know that?
I guess I'll stand here then and make your day more complicated than it needs to be.
I will gladly stand here and keep you here until we can get this settled.
Mm-hmm. Would it help if I brought in Mako?
I mean, it might help your credentials.
This is me saying him. This is me saying to him directly.
Just name dropping,
just name dropping
some alumni.
Yeah.
As well name dropping, you have
Oh, please, as if you know a member of Gargoyle.
They're here with me. This is the same job.
And
Yeah.
we'll see. The same. Gargoyle, you know nothing of which you speak. Gargoyle was disbanded ages ago.
Mako works for the guild, same as I.
I'd like to see that Mako stooping as low as to work for a guild. I don't know. Mako hadn't said whether or not she was going to follow that alarm.
Yeah, I think like if whatever unit or whatever like unit gets dispatched to go address it, Mako will like tag along.
Okay. So I'll say that you and the unit that came in who immediately surround Joe and are all of them are taller than you, Joe. I'm sorry. They're all taller than you and are staring down at you. They're all Goliaths. Let's be real.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Then
They're basically
from
my brothers.
Uh-huh. And then Kitasha comes wandering in, and then as well as Mako from behind, and the lizard folk who is still looking just directly at you. Explain to these men why you're here.
Yes, sorry, Mako and Katasha. I'm here because this man doesn't really believe me.
First of all, I am woman. I am female.
He had not even seen you two there.
That's fair.
Lieutenant Kyoko, what are you doing here?
Babysitting, supposed to be at least.
But,
And she'll gesture at Joe when she says that.
oh, goodness, is this like some undercover business and they didn't keep me informed?
No, it's kind of just what it sounds like. It's like I'm just babysitting.
My dear child. Oh, I am so sorry. If you were coming on hard times, I would have come to your aid. If you were you in need of money? Or you like?
I was in need of just work to keep me busy. Civilian life is mind numbing.
Yes, that's quite fair. To be honest, dealing with these students is also quite mind numbing. So this wouldn't have been your option either. I don't feel.
No.
You should definitely work on your babysitty's speaking skills.
I'll take that into consideration.
So you're looking to speak to Merzin and Yardster, Yorkle?
Honestly, at this point, honestly, at this point, I think my associate here has caused enough trouble. We can our business with them can be conducted at another time.
Yes, that's probably for the best. The young masters haven't been feeling all that well and are taking quite their time with napping and such, and this alarm, of course, is not going to be any help.
No.
It's a shame someone turned that on then without checking any of my papers first.
He is going to turn sharply at you, and let's see. You feel intimidated.
Oh.
You feel very intimidated. This lizard folk seems like he's a minute away from just biting your face off. He's not a very patient man.
I'm assuming. Wait, no. If Kitasha and Mako are kind of up at the same area, Kitasha's gonna kind of like raise and wave a little bit. Has the young master had trouble sleeping?
Oh, both of them go in and out of poor health every once in a while with just restlessness. I believe.
Month.
Yeah, they go in and out of it. There's been some, sickness going around the campus anyway. You know how it is.
Yeah, about once a month though, right? Maybe every other.
Give or take.
Give or take.
Poor boys are in such poor health.
Yeah.
They get it from their father, constantly in poor health.
Is it okay if I take a look at them?
Are you trained in medicine in any way?
I know my way about it a bit. Can't find much help on the sea, so I do what I can.
Lieutenant Kyako, do you vouch for this woman?
She's good at what she does.
That is the most backhanded compliment. How dare you?
To be fair, she's like Mika's only like had like a couple of days to interact with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's all right. That's quite all right. The alarm has been turned off. The Goliaths kind of look at each other. They look down at Joe and just, and then walk away. The Yorkos are stationed on the 3rd floor, second door from the right. If you would like to go up there. Do you need any equipment or anything that we could provide for you to look into their health?
No, I was just going to do a basic assessment. What kind of protocols do you have here at the school? I understand that if they're feeling poorly, they may not be completely coherent. If there's need for a guardian or another counselor or floor manager up there with me just to confirm everything's on the up and up, that's a-okay.
I do believe as long as Lieutenant Mako is still with you throughout it, it should be fine. We have someone patrolling up there as well who checks in on the boys about every hour or two, just to see how they're doing since whenever they're not well.
Okay, sounds good. And Kitasha's gonna lean down and like theatrically do like a stage whisper to Joe. Are you still being detained here? Blink twice if you need help, okay?
Lieutenant Folkman is just going to wave his hand. You three are fine to go. Just, if you could keep an eye on him, Lieutenant, that would be.
Yeah, I'll endeavor to be more derelict in my duties. Less derelict in my duties. Less derelict in my duties.
Right.
All I ask.
Sorry about that, guys. He seemed very confrontational. I wasn't really prepared for that.
See, that's why I went and hung out with the Raptors. They're very much less confrontational.
They have raptors here? What kind of school has raptors? That's so dangerous.
The kind of school that trains like military rangers and scouts and like legitimately, did you forget that this is like a military academy that's training like the next generation of elite soldiers?
Clearly, fun school that is well funded.
There is some of the teens did seem quite formidable, I must say.
There was a couple weird Kenku kids. I think they didn't like that their racing might stop. Doesn't make sense. I think Kenku can only speak in what they hear, so it's kind of weird that they knew how to speak at all and weren't just talking in engine sounds.
That's the giveaway.
Hey, listen, you never heard them speak. Also, they're at a school. They've clearly learned enough language to.
No, they only speak internal combustion.
Yeah.
That's
BPA.
It's like when a dog has like a grumble, like either.
so Wally.
Yeah.
All right. So, are we on our own as we're walking up to the right floor?
Yes.
All right. Then I'm gonna tell the group first. I think I have an inn that we can we might be able to get this we might be able to access these races. That'll help. I managed to convince who I believe to be the night guard is definitely in on it, and I convinced him that I'm the new racer, so we have an in if we need to.
That's fantastic.
Additionally, the one of my old friends is now a member of security, and they would jump at any excuse to out this particular night guard. So we have backup if we need it.
Brilliant. And this is all going down tonight, right?
Yeah, I'm supposed to show up. And I'll tell them like the street corner tonight, and they I don't know if this will be necessary, but they have a stock racer if we need to buy some time.
Amazing. Okay. But if this lead with these two Yorkles doesn't go anywhere, then I suppose that's probably the next best place to find the car.
Yeah, but just during this interrogation, please be careful. We don't want to accidentally reveal something that would get back to the ringleader. That might jeopardize our other opportunities.
All right. I trust your judgment.
Honestly, I think it might be better if I am not if like I stay outside during interrogation so that they don't have a connection so that they don't connect any of this to me because my name is well enough known that uh, like it's best that they don't know that I'm part of the group interrogating about this.
Well, if that's what you'd prefer, we can. Katasha and I can go in ourselves.
Yeah.
Katasha, you're probably the most intimidating of the two of us. So, perhaps you want to take the lead. I don't know whether you want us to approach it in a more friendly or a more serious way.
No, I'm not really good at intimidating people. I just start conversation. I always find don't Kayla. I always find like making conversation and being friendly tends to get you the information you want.
Why is Katasha me?
Kayla, please. You're the most intimidating person I know.
That's the joke. She just made some poor child cry while cuddling a raptor. I think Anna was just like, what if I made Michaela as a D&D character?
You know what? If the shoe fits.
Me and my goldfish brain, yeah.
All right. Well, if you take the lead for this one, I'd appreciate that.
Okay. Katasha's going to go up to the door and do a 1, 2, 3. Are you there? Knocking on the door for... What was the last name?
Yorkle.
Yokel. Like, listening for any rustling.
There's a bit, and the door gets slowly pulled open, and you see a very sick-looking Aarakocra, who is very Raven-esque looking, look up at you and yes. Can I help you?
Yeah, I was asked to check in on you. Can I come in and do a checkup?
Oh, okay. Oh. He wanders back into the room. He sits down, and there's 2 twin beds in the room. It's pretty sparse. 2 desks, 2 twin beds, 2 closets. There is a young halfling sitting on the other bed reading, and you immediately know that this is... Let me pull his name back up here really quick. This is Merzen, the halfling son. He is same as his father, very dark ebony skin. He's got bright purple hair that's slicked back. He's not in the formal attire his father was in, rather more casual military student garb. He's kind of like nodding off a little bit while reading his book.
Okay. I would like to first do an insight check. Is it okay if I roll once for both, or do you want me to roll individually for each one?
Go ahead and just do one.
Okay. All right. Total of 21.
Nice.
Alrighty. What are you trying to see here?
I'm mainly wanting to see if they know why we're visiting. If they can if they're like, if they've heard any news about the, because I think a couple of us have, or I think all 3 of us have dropped that we are like investigating the racing. So wanted to check to see if any news had already gotten back to them.
Neither of them, to be honest. Merzen kind of is dozing in and out. You're pretty sure that he's just conked out of whatever conversation is currently going on. Yardster is just looking at you with miserable crow eyes, raven eyes. Just, this poor child is so sick looking at the moment.
Here, let's lay you down. Do I have your permission to check your vitals and things like that?
That's fine.
Okay. And gonna help him lay into bed. And I would like to do a medicine check on him.
Okay, go ahead.
It was almost a 14. 7.
That's a sick burb.
I'm so good.
You think he's got the flu?
You know, I think some rest will do you some good.
He just groans at that.
I know that's the last thing you want to hear, but typically with these kind of symptoms, you just kind of need to rest and wait it out. There's not a whole lot we can do to help you out.
For 2 months straight.
2 months?
It comes and goes. It's like it clears up almost all the way, and then I get stuck without being able to sleep, and it gets worse again.
Oh, do you get night terrors or anything like that?
No, And he kind of trails off, and he's.
Would you let me an Arcana check I just get a vibe of whether there is anything, like any magic effect that I might know of that might be causing this, or whether this is entirely natural.
Go ahead.
Or a nature check, I guess. But yeah, Arcana's my
Either
might be
or,
focused.
whichever you want to do.
Someone sabotaging the racer.
I got a 15.
You cannot tell any magical ailment being here.
Okay.
Well, get you all tucked in at least. See if we can hopefully help get this cleared up. I mean, if you're not getting any night terrors, or is something waking you up?
He just mumbles to himself.
Oh.
You could try rolling for something, but
Kitasha's gonna kind of like roll the covers over him, and look up at the halfling. You should probably get some sleep too. You look like you're about to conk out yourself.
yeah. Don't get to it. Got a big test coming up, so I gotta study.
Yeah, that can make it kind of hard. Do you study outside? Fresh air tends to help with getting the brain juices going.
Roll me another insight with advantage.
Good thing that was advantage, because that was a 3. All right. 21 for
He
insight.
does not want to answer your questions.
He
He does not want you here.
Yeah, Kitasha's gonna like finish tucking in the Aarakocra and say, you know, something that really helped me go to bed when I was younger was going out for rides at night. Constant light rocking really helped me out. I'm not saying you're not, I'm not saying you're too old for that thing, but every little bit helps. And Katasha's going to turn, and if there's a mirror like against the wall, she's going to look into it to see the reflection, to see what kind of.
He's glaring at you. And if you're insinuating what I think you are, and you can just get out now. If you think that we're part of some group that are sneaking out at night, you have no idea who you're talking to. Do you know what my father is?
Your father. Oh, yes. I think he reported a speedster missing. What an odd thing for you to say. And Kitashi's going to come over and just kind of like kneel, just so that they're eye level. So odd. It's like we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, of course we're on the same wavelength. Do you think I don't know that his speedster got stolen? It was like 2 days ago that it happened, that it got stolen.
But why would he? You're studying for a big test.
No, keeps us informed. Come on. And you think we don't hear all the rumors going around? There are plenty of people who talk about rumors.
Yeah. Rumors do have a way of getting around. I would like to do a perception check, just in the off chance that they're super sloppy and there might be a bright gold key for a speedster just hanging around.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to say I don't see it. That's an 8.
There is no sign of a key, and if anything, all you see is the halfling as well as the Aarakocra behind you just getting more agitated and kind of angry.
Would you mind, in that case, helping us out? If not yourselves, can you think of anyone who might wish to either harm your father or his reputation, or at least want to steal his vehicle?
Give me a persuasion check, Joe.
That went so well for me before.
Yeah.
It'll
If this
go
kid could... As a 13.
Not really. I mean, if some kid took it to do racing, I don't know. Or if it's just a thug who stole it. Like, that happens to people. He's just not very good at walking up.
The lock was smashed.
Still.
Well, thank you for your help. Get well soon. And don't worry about the exam too much.
Yeah. Get out so I can sleep and we can sleep.
Goodbye.
Do you guys walk out the door?
I'm looking at...
Tasha's going to be the last one out, and she's going to pull out her Thurar
Mm-hmm.
and just play like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Beautiful.
Thing.
Go ahead, and all three of you. Mako, were you just waiting outside, or were you a little bit further away?
I was far enough, or maybe like around a corner or something, just so like I wasn't visible when they opened the door.
Okay. All three of you give me a perception check, and this will be where we end the session.
Ooh. Nat for a total of 21.
All right, 14.
Nice. 16.
You hear through the door, Kitasha, and you can pick out who it is that says it. The Aarakocra's voice comes through. I cannot keep covering for you. And we will end the session there.